Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV. The Euros are about to get underway, and I thought in this video, let's take a look at the Arsenal players that are going to be featuring at the Euros, and there's lots of them, so let's take a rundown. Even though there's lots of them, actually, there should be more, and I'll get into that in a minute, but let's take a rundown at the players who are going to be playing for Arsenal at the Euros, starting off with our country, England. We've got Jack Wilshere. That's it. He's the only representative. And it's really disappointing that it's only Jack Wilshere. I mean, at the start of the campaign, the English players that were involved were Danny Welbeck, Kieran Gibbs, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Theo Walcott, as well as Jack Wilshere. And now it's just down to Jack Wilshere. And even Jack Wilshere, let's face it, got in by the skin of his teeth because he basically only played one game for Arsenal for the season, and really because of the lack of creative players in the midfield for England, that's how he's managed to get into the team. A lot of people not too happy that even Wilshere's in that, but it's really disappointing that it's only him. And with the Danny Welbeck thing, it's so unfortunate. I feel so sorry for him because he was one of the main players, if not the main player for England during qualifying, and I think he would definitely have started for England, would have played a massive part for England. So really disappointed for Danny Welbeck, so disappointed. Some of the other players though, they just fell off. Kieran Gibbs didn't start enough games for Arsenal, couldn't get dislodged Nacho Monreal, lost out to Ryan Bertrand and Danny Rose, who at the start of the season he would have been ahead of those guys. Oxlade-Chamberlain, all right, I know he's injured, but his form wasn't good enough. I think even if he'd have been fit, he wouldn't have got into it. And yet still, he was a regular starter at the start of the campaign, doing really well. And the biggest disappointment, Theo Walcott. I mean, he's been in the England setup for so long, should definitely have been in the England squad, but had such a poor season that there was just no way you could pick him when you consider like some of the other options. And the fact that players like Rashford have gone ahead of him, Theo needs to have a long, hard look at himself during the summer and say to himself that he really flopped badly. He should have been in that England squad. So it's just down to Jack Wilshere. I think Jack Wilshere will get quite a bit of game time because, as I said, he is the only real creative player in that England team. So it's going to be Jack Wilshere. He's going to be our sole representative. In the French team, we've got a couple of players. Laurent Koscielny and Olivier Giroud, they are the two players that are going to be representing from Arsenal. Normally, there's a load more Arsenal players in that French squad as well, but just those two on this occasion. And Koscielny, I think, will get quite a lot of game time, especially with the injury to Raphael Varane, which has kept him out of the tournament. The interesting one is Olivier Giroud. Now, Giroud's in the team, and I think he will definitely get lots of game time. He's been doing not too badly as well in the friendlies, scoring, but he's been getting booed by some of the French fans. And this has been something that's caused a lot of controversy over there in France. The players have been really angry about it. We've been really angry with some of the fans and be urging them to get behind Giroud. Now, the reason why the fans have been booing Giroud, let me just give you the reason, is because of the whole thing about Karim Benzema. If you don't know the story, Benzema and another French player, Mathieu Valbuena, they're caught up in the midst of this big allegation that there was a blackmail over a sex tape. Both of them are not in the team. Valbuena mainly because his form has dipped. But Benzema, the French national setup, said that, listen, he's not going to be involved. This is an ongoing criminal case, and they feel that he should not be involved in the team because of it. And that is why fans are booing. Giroud has been getting booed because obviously he's playing instead of Benzema. I think he would have been in the squad anyway, but he's starting now because Benzema's not in it, and fans are sort of taking it out on Giroud, the fact that Benzema's not playing. Not Giroud's fault, is it? You know, but I've just got a sneaky feeling for Giroud that he's going to have a good tournament. He's the sort of guy that does react when, you know, everybody's on his case. We've seen it at Arsenal. And I got a sneaky feeling for Giroud. I was even saying to myself, and you may say I'm being stupid here, I was saying to myself, I might go and put a little cheeky tenner down on Giroud getting the golden boot, because I think that France are going to go far in the tournament, and I just think Giroud's going to get goals. He will answer his critics, but certainly he's been getting a lot of stick, Giroud, off of some of the fans. Whether that will still continue once the tournament starts, we'll have to wait and see. But Olivier Giroud will be representing France from Arsenal. Representing Wales for the very first time, they're at the tournament, Aaron Ramsey, and he's got a massive part to play. Not sure about that dodgy hairstyle he's gone there with, blonde hair. What's that all about, Aaron? Well, you're going to stand out, that's for sure, and you better back it up with your performances. Another player for me who didn't have the greatest of Premier League seasons. Let's face it, he had a poor season by his high standards. But he's one of the main men for Wales. Him and Gareth Bale, they are the main men. He's got a big part to play on whether Wales progress out of the group. And he must be really, really looking forward to it. Aaron Ramsey. So Ramsey will be taking part in this tournament. First time he's in a major tournament like this at this stage. The first time ever for Wales. So he must be so looking forward to it. And I hope that he has a really, really strong tournament. Granit Xhaka, our new signing, will be representing Switzerland. And it's going to be really interesting to see how he gets on. Many people consider him to be the best player in that Swiss squad. They say it's either him or Shaqiri. And again, he's one of the guys that they're going to be looking to be at the forefront of all the good things they do. So I'll be keeping a close eye on Granit Xhaka throughout the tournament. He will be playing for Switzerland. Of course, Mesut Ozil, our sole representative this time for Germany. During the World Cup, we had a couple others in Mertesacker, in Podolski, but this time, the only representative is Mesut Ozil. Again, he'll be one of the main guys for Germany, and they'll be looking for him to continue on his great season for them, and he will play a really important role for Germany. They got a good chance of winning it, Germany as well, so be keeping a good eye on how Mesut gets on. For Spain, now Spain again. Injuries again. Santi Cazorla, to begin with, on the campaign, he was featuring quite regularly, not always starting, but Vicente Del Bosque really did like Santi Cazorla, was giving him a lot of playing time. Then he got that injury, it's kept him out, and he's not been selected for the squad. Del Bosque said, listen, he just hasn't had enough game time, so I couldn't pick him, which is fair enough. Not like England, where Jack, with one game, can still get in. In Spain, they got loads and loads of midfielders, so they don't have to worry about that. But Hector Bellerin is in the team, which is awesome. I love the fact that Bellerin's burst into the team. So Hector Bellerin is in the team due to the injury of the Real Madrid right back. He has got his place in the team. Probably won't start in the team. There's still probably a couple of players ahead of him, but it'll be a great experience for Bellerin, and really look forward to seeing him getting a couple of games in the tournament. Moving on to the Czech Republic, where we have a couple of representatives. Petr Cech, of course, will be playing. And also Thomas Rosicky. We can still count Rosicky, can't we? I know he's leaving, but we can still say he's officially an Arsenal player at the moment. So Thomas Rosicky, who's actually scored in one of the friendlies, he will be playing. So it'll be great. He'll be fresh, Tom, because of course he didn't play for the whole season because of injury. So, and he'll just be so glad to get on the pitch. So it'd really love to see Rosicky have a big tournament. And of course, Petr Cech is oh so important to the Czech Republic. Not as strong as the old Czech Republic teams, but you know, he'll play a big part. And another keeper who still an Arsenal player, Wojciech Szczesny. He'll be playing for Poland. Poland's got a couple of really decent keepers, but he's done well this season at Roma. Might just get a start, Wojciech Szczesny, and he will be playing for Poland. He'll be up against Mesut Ozil because Poland and Germany in the same group. So quite a few Arsenal players to look out for whilst the tournament goes along. The players from Arsenal who I think are going to have the biggest tournaments, I think Mesut Ozil is going to be integral to what Germany do, so he'll have a big one. But as I said, I've got a sneaky feeling for Olivier Giroud. I just think that, you know, with the pressure on him, with him getting booed, with everything on his shoulders, I fancy him to have a decent tournament. Let's wait and see. We'll be following the Arsenal players throughout the tournament. We'll be catching up with them daily on Transfer Daily as well. So keep an eye out for that. But good luck to all the Arsenal players at the Euros. All of you have a brilliant and successful tournament. And don't forget, do not come back injured. Man like Robbie here. Here's a fool's guide to Italia. Can they win the Euros? Can they? Let's find out.